if I take with the f-pawn, he has this rook check to my king, but after that I have this rook to f6 move, but his passive bishop suddenly becomes more active. Or I simply can with against this pawn, but now with black. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, d4. So, oh my god. Okay, let's try. Let's play symmetrically. Okay. Yeah. I don't really like d4 openings. I am an e4 player, definitely. Oh my god. Look at this. The end game in the previous game was a disaster. I made terrible mistakes. This bot is clever. Not impressed. Even young hatchlings know how the pawn moves. So the pawn is is still evolving. So he could play much better than this. He's trash talking with me again. I'm thinking about this bishop to d6 and then castling. Okay, I stopped talking because the bot is playing much more harder than I expected. Don't be a pest. Changing some pawns. Oh, he takes with the knight. Let's pin this knight. Okay, let's create some weaknesses in the pawn chain. You spawned on the wrong square, buddy. But after his rook gets half open file, I give up my bishop there. Or not. Definitely would like to avoid piece exchange. We would recapture with the pawn, and he would correct his pawn chain. Should I castle? Simply castle. Let's protect c6. Castle. I would take on d4. He retake with the pawn, and he also correct his pawn chain, and then I have, and then first retake my bishop, and he is better. Question this bishop. So, and there is also a queen to b3 threat. Also a queen to b3 threat. But the bishop is controls b. There is also rook to b1 threat attacking b7. I really would like to get rid of this bishop. Maybe knight to e4. Knight to e4 is a good move or not? After knight to e5, if he plays queen to c2, he has a very strong attack h7 pawn. So this wouldn't be good for me. I don't know. Oh! Attacks my rook. Yeah, he has a battery against my h7 pawn. Which is currently protected my knight and the king of course. I don't know. Maybe knight to e5 attacking this dangerous bishop. Or should I play g6 in order that the pawn defending f5? Or should I take and allowing him to have this beautiful pawn chain shot pair? His bishops are way too strong. It's interesting. You can also play with me on chess.com if you would like. This is my nick, Unknown Chessmaster 2. Okay, let's shove the knight. Okay, and let's defend. I am in defending mode. The rook exchange. Okay, we have equal pawns, but my pawn structure is way too worse than his. Okay, I'm happy with the rook exchange. He attacks. Queen to a4 would be a passive square for my queen, so I wouldn't like to do it. Yeah. Okay, guys. I have to admit that I am as a strong but amateur player, so I am the strongest scale of the amateurs, but or a weak intermediate player, but I really don't know what to play in this position. So I am not a grandmaster, I'm not a master, but I have to make him a draw here if he allows me. No, he doesn't allow me. And now if I take, he retakes with the pawn and my pawn became a target. Interesting. I really would like to exchange queens, but after queen exchange there is a question that I am able to protect my pawn on e6 or not, because this pawn has two very powerful bishops and a rook against my weak backward e6 pawn. It will become a target for my opponent. Exchange my passive queen also. Take here and temporarily his rook to c6 move is not allowed. The queen. Yeah, I exchange queens. Yeah, that is what I am talking about. And that is exactly what I am talking about. I have studied your arts and culture. Your music is adequate, but needs more bad noises. Ah, he moved each 3, which is a passive. And this file is also would be very dangerous for me. Okay. I don't know. But after knight to e4, he wouldn't exchange his strong bishop to my weak knight, because after this change I retake with the pawn and I will have this strong pawn chain, which he would like to avoid, because my pawn on d5 is very weak, a very weak isolated pawn. Okay, let's say I don't have any idea. Okay. Now this bishop to c2 move was a mistake, because now I have this move and my knight became strong. Okay, so this is good news for me, because I have this knight to d2 move and I threatening this and also this, so knight to d2 is strong. Aha, okay. He would take it, I think, but my knight now my knight is much more strong than his c2 bishop. No. So that's why, that's the problem with this bot. I don't really want to make a move, but I make it accidentally, and that is what happened just right now. Okay, let's play this. hive mind has reached a consensus that was a good move. Okay, so now the bishop protects this e6 pawn. So maybe I can now move with my e-rock. Yeah, he takes finally. I should retake with my pawn or my rook. And I have this. And I have finally a very strong f3 square. And rook 2, and this move is I don't know but what is the point of this move. Okay, I don't have to checkmate it on the back rank mate. I would like to avoid the back rank mate, that's why this move. This move protects f2. But finally he's now defending. Okay, should I take my rocks? Okay, now I am better. I see. Now I feel that I am better. Okay, and I have a good bishop against his black bishop, which is moves only on dark squares. Maybe rook to d8 will be a great move or not. So fuck, shoot, now rook to d1 would be a disaster, because with bishop e4 it would be a disaster. Okay, let's play some kind of waiting move. Yes. Here. I don't know. And he just push. Yes. It is drawish. I think that this is a draw. No, this is a draw. No, this is a draw. This is a draw with 3. This will be a draw with 3 moves repetition. I don't know what to play. He can't play f3 because my bishop, my pawn and the rook is controlling the f3 square. I also attacking his pawn. My rook will not move from the d7 square. My bishop protects a7, a6, and this is a draw, I think. Okay, let's repeat. Again. With an en passant. Yes, but now my position is better because I'm a pawn up. Now I up. Should I play f5 in order to protect against g3? Should I play f6, g5, and if he takes, I retake my f5 pawn, and should I f6 or f6 and after g5? Okay, let's try. Yes. Come closer to the king. Okay. Here, take, I am better. Or take with this. Here take, and if I take with the f-pawn, he has this rook check to my king, but I have this rook to f6 move, but his passive bishop suddenly becomes more active. Or I simply can this move and I simply but if I move to rook e4 chain, he takes, I takes with the bishop, and he would take my a6 move, which would be a disaster for me. But I have 6 pawns against his 5. I'm considering the g5 move, and if he takes, I retake and I have better stuff, but after g5 he also has h5. Okay, let's try g5. Yes, h5. And now I could force a rook exchange with rook to e4, because he has to take, because if, for example, after this, if he takes, I have this, and this is also a discover check from the bishop, so he has to take my rook. So after rook e5, he takes, and I take back with the bishop, and my bishop will appear on e5. But he also takes this pawn, which is not good. Or maybe rook to e5, then e6 and takes, and my rook will appear on f5. So this is a permanently pawn sacrifice from me. f5 takes, I go to here with the rook. But sacrifice against this bot, I don't know. I lost because of my sacrifice in the previous game. Okay. Yeah, he activating this other rook against protection and additional attacking power against my f3 pawn. He's activating his rook. I should come closer with the with the king, because if this rook goes away, he should try to trap my rook, but I also trying to win this pawn with. So the question is that this king to e6 move is a good move or a mistake? Well, let's try it. I think it's a good move, because I don't see a better one, and now he sacrificed a rock. Okay, but one. He still wants to win this rock, and this rock is threatening both my pawns. But if I take with the bishop, he will take my pawn. This is a drawish, but this bot is hard. Take, he take, I take back, he take back. But I got a central pawn exchange for this, but this is a totally drawish position. I don't want this move. So this move is a disaster, obviously a disaster. I simply retake it. Because after the rocks are gone, I have space with my king, so that's why I would like to take one of the rocks. I will go for it. What? What? Rook to e3? This move haven't crossed remotely my mind. This move came as a complete surprise for me. I have to take e3. E3 is the only move. Yes. Or should I take... Or should I play f4? f5, should I play f5? Creating space for my g-pawn. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Here the rook takes, I takes with... I come closer with the king. Take, retake, I come closer. Okay. Or should I play f4? Okay, I will do it. I will go for it. No, and he doesn't take. I would like to play king to f5. He takes, and I have this pawn and the active king. Now, this, because I think I'm better, I'm much better. Fuck, I am 3 pawns up, what I'm talking about. I am much better than him. Okay, let's try this. I don't know how to continue. Okay, I really have this move, and then I could go to... My plan is with bishop e4 blocking the way of this rook, and go to king f4 and then g3, so I am better here. So this is my plan, because he can do absolutely nothing with this bishop because it is a bad bishop. Yeah, I go for it. Yeah, but he has this king move, yes. Should I go for this trick? And the bishop controls f1. But if I move the bishop out, he has this rook to d5 check, and if I move the king, he will take my g4 pawn with his king. It is either will be a draw, or oh my god, I simply... What? He takes? Yeah, but this was exactly what I'm talking about. Now I have this f2 move, because there is no rook to f4 check. So I think that now I am winning, because I just pushed this pawn, and he doesn't have this f4 check. Oh, this is the crucial moment of the game. I move, I think. Okay, I just push. Okay, I simply forgot that he has a bishop. c5. Fuck, what I am doing? From winning to losing. From winning to losing. Okay, he offered me a rock exchange, which I happily accept. And now this threat is this move. Okay, yes. Push. I don't want that he... Yeah, and now I think I'm winning. This is a draw. It was a mistake. Okay. Oh no. Because I thought that after king to c4, this he doesn't have anymore this bishop to c3, but he has bishop to e7, and it also protects the pawn. No, he doesn't protect the pawn. Okay, that is a winning for me. Okay, protects against this. Okay, this is a winning for me, but he allows me for winning. So this is winning for me. Okay. Okay, this is the question of tactic. This end game tactic. This bot is clever. I should win this now. I had to take this bishop. What I'm doing? This bishop was taken by free. Ah, guys, I'm tired. Okay. I have to take his bishop. But I am the... Okay. Okay, and here we are. We have the queen. Okay. Come closer, the king. With L shape, and now this is just some moves. And here is... Okay.